Yes, I want to go live. Let's see, videos. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's probably under live stream. I don't know. Where does this stuff go? Okay, yes, let's try this again. Okay. Yes, I want to go live. Yeah, we're here again. Good morning. Sunshine. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Hello. Let's see. Can we get audio from Chronic?
There's a double standard. I don't see why your car should be able to deploy four airbags in under 10 seconds when this screwdriver doesn't have to deploy any of them.
Chronic and Ribby. Oh, okay, boys. All right, let me see now. I was coughing a little bit, so let me see if I can mute myself. Okay, that works. Jesus. What I did was I got Juliet on what the hell was it? It's a Google meeting, I think. And so what I was doing was I was muting me in the meeting, but evidently that's not the way this works, because here's the thing. My audio is coming through my Focusrite over here. Let's see. And her audio is coming through God. Hey, Mike. What's up? SCE. Hey, Polska Bob. What's going on? Well, what this is about is I was coughing and farting and shit last night. And, I just wanted to make sure that, because we have another live stream today with Feminism on Trial. That is at, 3 o'clock Eastern. Yeah, I know. It's like all these girls. They're everywhere. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a stream with Red Sings the Blues on his channel. I put a promo up last night. He's got a great channel. Really interesting man. So we'll talk to him. And I think, excuse me. Wait, here, let me try the mute button. Oh, no. Much better. I don't know if I have allergies or what, but for some reason, this apartment tends to be dusty. I don't know where all the dust comes from. I mean, it's not just like normal dust. It's like, it gets really heavy, and I don't know where it's coming from. I guess I'm just a dusty old fart, huh? Maybe that's it. I don't know. Then again, Colorado has been dry this year. We had some snow a couple days ago, but really nothing. All the snow's gone. You see, that's the beautiful thing about living in Colorado. Depending on where you are, I'm on the Front Range, Denver area. You get a bunch of snow, and like 2 days later, gone. It's sublimation. Where's Chronic? Chronic can explain this. Chronic, tell me about sublimation. Could you? You mean it doesn't change into the water phase? It just evaporates from ice directly in snow. I know.
It's a double standard. Why can't we treat all cars the same as screwdrivers?
Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? Well, look at all you guys. There's more people watching now than there was last night. Let's see. Who do we have here? It's a little more flexible when you don't have a guest. It says, let's see here. Polska. Ryan R's here. Myth Cuttlefish. Good morning. Paul Loughran. How you doing? Big Towel Forever. Can you link Juliet's channel? Yes, it's in the video. I put it right I pinned it on the top. She has a YouTube and the BitChute. And also we talked about the Bezmenov stuff, which is fascinating. Actually, maybe I'll just pull that up and we'll do a quick live, because that's, if you haven't heard the Bezmenov take on what he expected to happen, pretty amazing. Dingleberry Pie says, neighbors, cats in the I haven't seen a lot of cats here, but my goodness, there's a lot of dogs. I mean, there's a lot of, it appears to be single women with these huge dogs. And I mean, my good, these are big dogs. I mean, they take a dump, and it's like, oh my God, how did that happen? It's like, holy shit. Ballistic Zero, let's go hamster onwards with the retardation. Don't let up, boys. Red Dragon, stop simping to someone who is called the naughty. Oh, is she the naughty feminist? No, she changed her name to something else. But yeah, I think we did a live stream like a year ago, and I think she was a naughty feminist at the time. I mean, I don't think well, the thing with Juliet, I mean, I don't want to put her down. She's not here to defend herself, but she still has, and I think most women do have, even if they don't say I'm a fembot, they still have it's hard to get the indoctrination out because women have been indoctrinated into this stuff for literally decades, you know? And I was going to do a thing, I don't know, maybe I'll set it up and I'll do it. I don't know, we'll see. Damon Ryan, hello. Hello, Damon. Let's see, who else is here? 27 people. Oh my God, hit the like button, you evil men's you. Paul says, women and their dogs. I see them here in my apartment complex. Yeah, I mean, it's like, whoa, what is this? And then there was a soldier here who had served in Iraq or Afghanistan or something, and he adopted a couple of service dogs, right? These big German shepherds, these trained. Interesting part about that is the service dogs, a lot of them are female, which is interesting. Apparently, they're easier to train. Well, okay, we don't have to go down there. Shark Dentures has a T-Rex passed by here recently. Looks at a big steaming pile of poo. That's about right. Jammin' Joe 44. Yuri Bezmenov warned us about all things coming down the pipeline. Good show last night, Hamster. Thank you. I know there was coughing and other noises. Oh, God. If anybody could recommend some kind of software I could just rip off the audio and then edit all that crap out. I mean, it's not that bad. It's a little cough here and there. I mean, come on. A little coof, right? Tom Lightning is here. Hello. Helen L. How you doing, Helen? Helen Wheels. Yay. A Raphael Einso. Is that correct? Einsof Raphael. Good morning. Good morning. Audacity. Well, yeah, I have Audacity, but Paul or Ryan, thanks. There I am coughing again. I could just do this too. This will work. I could just turn down the focus rate. I just don't know what it is. I get like this. I think I might be allergic to beer, honestly. It just like gets me all snotty and gummed up. Sorry. Let's see. Audacity. Okay, yeah, getting back to Audacity. Yeah, you can do audio. That's what I basically do, all this stuff on Audacity. Actually, I have another tool called Traction, which is... It used to become bundled with the Mackie mixing board. I've got a Mackie mixing board here. And it's... do we have any Englishmen on the channel? It's... if you guys have used Audacity, it's like, okay, I want to chop this piece out, so you highlight it and boom, right? Easy, simple, easy peasy. The Traction's not that way. It's maybe it's more professional, and I just don't want to figure it out. RFL. Okay. Thank you. Big Towel Forever. Hamster has the... No. I had it. I actually had it when it first came, like last March. I was out for like a week. It was terrible. It was pretty bad. So, fortunately, I'm still here. Knock on wood. See, Tom Lightning, now Hamster, I couldn't let you have all the fun. Well, jeez. Shark Dentures, beer allergy. 60% of men would evict themselves from their meat suits. Yes, get over their air addiction, I know. Allergic to beer, Ballistic Zero. Next, we'll be allergic to... Wow. I'm not allergic to that. Oh, you're so bad. Black Rifle Coffee Company. If you want some really good coffee, yeah. Now, somebody said, Hamster, they donated to Biden's campaign. You know, businesses will donate to whomever, as long as they think they can get a little edge somewhere. So I don't shame them for that. But my understanding here is that they're veterans of the Middle Eastern wars, and they decided to come back and get some coffee. Mikey, what's up with you and Skittles? Nothing. We kissed and made up. Don't worry about it. What that was, Mikey, was he recommended I listen to Hailstorm. And that it started out, long story short, it started out with Nancy Wilson did like a thing. And it's like, oh my God, this is like a guitar lesson. So I tried to play along with it. I did all right. So I sent it out. I said, hey, this is the guitar lesson from Nancy Wilson from Heart. It was what the hell was the song? Whatever that one is. And so I sent that, and then Skittles says, hey, why don't you try Hailstorm? I was like, okay. So I went in Hailstorm. And I found they did a cover of Heart. All I want to do is make love to you. And I'm like, oh my God. Skittles, you don't think this is a good song? And the history behind that was 1989. And so I was on the radio, and so we're playing this song. And everybody was, oh God, all I want to do is make love to you. Oh, it's great, and all this shit. Well, what the song is about is apparently either her husband or boyfriend or whatever couldn't produce the goods, couldn't make babies. And so she found some dude one lonely night, and, yeah. That's what the song's about. Hated it. I had to play it over and over again. Blah. Oh, God. Yeah, was it crazy on you? Yeah, SE. Yeah, I think so. It starts out with that nice acoustic part. Yeah, it's fun. Red Dragon says, and then you flip the table. Yeah. Sure. Right. No, it wasn't, Ryan. It was not Listen to Your Heart. It was All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You. Listen to Your Heart was corporate hard rock. That would have been Heart came out in 86, I think. Even Ann and Nancy and the band members said, that was just corporate schlock crap. I think they probably did it just to fulfill the contract because it was pretty bad. And then All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You. I think nowadays what they're doing is more acoustic rock, Led Zeppelin type stuff. Barracuda, yeah. Nobody, Not Me. Good morning. Thumper says, got her a little bit. Never heard of Hailstorm. Yeah, well, she's actually really good. And the song that Skittles was referring to, Mikey, was Hailstorm. What the hell? Still of the Night, their cover of the Whitesnake tune. Which, again, there's a history there. Because, it's like, well, Hamster, you were on the radio, KROC FM. Right? And it's fun and all that other shit, but you basically get to hear the same songs over and over and over, right? Because what you have why not? Jam and Joe 44. Heart did, it was an absolutely amazing cover of Stairway to Heaven. That's just unbelievable. Man, those girls, that unbelievable rock band. I mean, in the 70s, they were just, oh my God. Little Queen, do. Oh, I better not do that. I'll get a copyright strike. I know. But anyway, the way radio works is, especially at pop stations, at least it used to work that way. I haven't done it for a long time. But you basically have, again, you have roughly 40 of the top songs that you're playing. And you're playing them in hot rotation, hour and 10 minutes maybe, hour 20 minutes. You're playing the top, say, 5 songs. So every hour and a half, you're playing the number one song, whatever it happens to be, right? And then there's a limited number of oldies, you could say, where, from the past few months, right? Some big hit. It's called a recurrent or a hot recurrent. And you're playing those in between the new hits because, you always want to be playing something people like and all that. But the problem is you limit yourself to like 100 songs. So you're playing these same 100 songs over and over again. Yeah. Yeah, Trumper. You're not wrong, Trumper, actually. Trumper. That was Freudian slip. Thumper, you're not wrong. Clear Channel, you can set your watch by the time they play the same damn Skynyrd song every day. That's exactly right. Actually, if you really pay attention, it seems like it. And this is the way this kind of works, Thumper. It seems like they're playing the song it's like I hear this damn song at the same time everything. It's really it only stands out because maybe you don't like it or you're sick of hearing it. That's kind of the way it works. But I mean, yeah, I mean if even a classic rock station, you know, the Leonard Skinner's and Molly Hatchet and Led Zeppelin and all that stuff, they're only playing typically they're only playing a certain number of songs. Maybe a classic rock, they might stretch it out to a couple of hundred. And then once in a while, they will, you know, roll in some, you know, different oldies, maybe throw in a Beatles, a deep cut from the Beatles. Or even just a deep cut that's not very popular. Or maybe a different version of a song. You know, Revolution number 9, maybe they'll play the slow version. Yeah. But it's only you can only play so many songs. Okay. Paul Lofgren. Is it Lofgren? Yeah, I think it's Lofgren. Haha, being here in Jacksonville. I'll take some Skynyrd. Oh, I'll take Skynyrd all the time. But I mean, you have to admit, if you listen to enough Skynyrd, it sounds very similar. You know? Yeah, obviously from like Freebird is unique, but I mean, some of their other stuff is kind of the same. 38 Special, a lot of their songs are the same, really. Even, you know, Tom Petty, he's another, I think he's from Jacksonville, or he was. That's where he kind of started with Mudcrutch. You know, a lot of the songs are the same. Then he came out with some different stuff with Full Moon Fever. That was also 1989, I think. And then some of his other stuff, and it got a little different. But, I mean, if you listen to, you know, Damn the Torpedoes and that time frame, they pretty much are all the same. Mikey says, did you invest in BlackBerry? No. I have to go to the liquor store and get some BlackBerry. No. Thumper says, nah, man, riding a tractor with only one station on the radio. It was Skynyrd every 5 songs. It really wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, Clear Channel, or is it Clear Channel, or who's the other one? iHeartRadio? It's, yeah. Very, I mean, you'd be surprised at how deep this stuff goes, right? Let's see here. Nobody Not Me. KEGL. KEGL rocks your world. Does Metallica every... Oh, yeah. Well, what was that thing they used to do? Get the lead out? Oh, God. Every fucking afternoon at like 5. It's time to get the lead out. Oh, Jesus. I mean... I like Led Zeppelin, don't get me wrong, but you know, let's get the lead out. Or Free Beer Friday, whatever the hell they used to do. But there was the get the lead out thing. That was a kind of a thing for a while. I think it was like at 5 o'clock, you'd get the lead out or some shit. And it was like, oh, God. Or at 10 o'clock at night. It's time to get the lead out. Rockin' and rollin' your world. Pumping the waters into your cottage. Blah. Dingleberry Pie, if you haven't watched Jacob Dylan's documentary, he put out a couple of months ago, Tom Petty was, you know, I never was a fan of Jacob Dylan. I mean, he's a good musician and everything. It's just the one song that I had what was that song called? I had to play it over and fucking over again. Because these millennials at the time, oh my God, it's Jacob Dylan. What was it called? One Headlight, I think. It's like Mandatory Metallica Monday. Oh, God. Red Dragon. I know. Don't make me start shaking my desk from anger. I hear you. Corey Slater says, by the way, thanks for the reminder for a G&T. Oh, yes. Yes. Gin and tonic. Tonic is optional. Of course, if you do the tonic water, you know, it's got some of the, well, we don't have to talk about what it could probably maybe help. Dingleberry Pie, Echo in the Can. Oh, okay, for Jacob Dylan. Oh, yeah. I just didn't. I mean, we could talk about 90s music, all friggin' day. I mean, there were some just barely acceptable bands that were on the radio. And I had to play the damn thing all the time. Eric Zimbro. Howdy, hamster. How you doing? Corey Slater. No Metallica since Hetfield got a high. Did he get the Nazi haircut? I think he did. Yeah, I saw that. I saw it. Ace of Base. I saw the sign. Oh God. There was a band called Oh God. I can't even think of their name. Roxette. I think she recently passed away. Terrible. She was a good singer. She was good. It was a pretty good band, but it just got. What was that song? Oh God, I think it was in Pretty Woman. Over and over and over again until you wanted to puke. Ronnie James Dio, Rainbow or Deep Purple? If you want to do something interesting with who is the? Oh God, see, my brain is. I got to get some more coffee. Who is the guy? Guitar player. I think he was in Deep Purple. One of them. Anyway, they have this. Him and this woman in this band. They do like medieval type songs now. Really good. Rammstein, go now. Bam Bam Bigelow. Good morning. I got ticketed by state trooper once for wearing headphones in my car. $200 fine. Well, I guess I can understand. Yeah, one headlight, Polska, right. Dingleberry Pie, Jacob Dylan, not a great musician or great music. None of his music is. Well, of course, he does share a name with, Bob. I think Bob's his dad. Coffee, you mean beer? No. Richie Blackmore, yeah, Blackmore Night. Thank you, Hippie Slayer. Yeah. I'm going to go get some coffee here. Listen to Chronic while I'll run out and get my coffee.
That's what these chicks are saying. It's a double standard because we don't treat women like men. Okay, I don't treat my hoes like I do my firearms. And you can say I always have my finger on the trigger ready to turn them on. But that's not the same thing.
Yep.
So I hate the double standard thing. People, because the idea of a double standard, in order to believe that, you have to believe that men and women are absolutely equal in every single manner.
But we are. Again, we are Chronic.
We have different chromosomes.
Why do you hate women? Why, Chronic? Why do you? Oh, God, I'm back. Rammstein. Is it Rammstein or Rammstein? Rammstein? I'm not sure. Hetfield, the one that stepped into a... Yes, I believe so. Yeah, there was some kind of stuff that happened a long time ago. I think he got burned up or something. Some pyrotechnic thing. Yeah, I remember that. Have a cup on me, hamster. Tom Lightning. Thank you. Yum. Thank you. Bam Bam. Yeah, I mean, if you're wearing headphones in your car, theoretically you can't hear people beeping at you and stuff like that. So, I mean, I get it. $200 seems a bit stiff. A warning probably would have worked. Unless you're just one of those bad boys. Who knows? It's Stein. Thank you, Rammstein. Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, I like that band. And Mikey, who's that? Jamie was into that. Who was that outfit out of Norway? They were doing like the pop music. Remember that? I don't know. I can't remember that. Can't remember the name of that song. Which song? Oh, the one that blew up with Hetfield? Yeah. I mean, like Metallica, for example. Another good one. Metallica, Black Album, great, wonderful stuff. Very produced. Their other stuff was a little less produced, but I think they got Bob Rock or some famous producer on the Black Album. I mean, how many singles from that? Like 7? I mean, almost the whole album. And I mean, it's good, but I mean, you can only hear it really so many times. Yeah. Ace of Base, Skyfall. No. I saw the sign. ABBA. Yeah, I mean, that's Ace of Base was sort of ABBA. the second generation, I guess, of ABBA, sort of. Yeah, Braggsy, Black Album was their best. I don't know. Some people would disagree. There was some other ones that were apparently pretty good, but Black Album certainly was the most commercial, I think, that they had. And then they did something with, who'd they do something with? And it was just horrible. I don't remember. I really haven't followed popular music now for just a very long time. I just don't. I just not interested. Because what I hear, and then, hey, it's grandma, it's grandpa, goddamn kids nowadays. But I turn the radio on. It's just noise, just loud. There's been studies done that music over time has gotten to be basically one key with maybe 4 chord changes. I watched somebody analyze this, and he was more of a classic rock guy. And hey Thumper, you want to hear a story about Alice Cooper? All right, so here, me and this chick, yes, Hamster was a simp at one time. Okay. And we're down in Key West, or some key down in Florida, She's like, oh my God, we need to go on vacation. I went in there, it's like, oh, fuck, okay. So we went to this thing. I think it was Marathon Key. Actually, Key West is cool. Marathon Key is cool. Key Largo, don't bother. Marathon was nice, though. It's really nice. So they had this, and I still have a plastic glass here somewhere. It was a Marathon Seafood Festival, right? So they had all the things set up, and they had, you could buy your fish and whatever, stuff like that. And here's the fun part. So we're walking around, and we're getting some crab legs and this kind of shit, and all of a sudden, we hear this in the background. You can hear the PA. People going crazy. It's like, what the heck's going on? And then the bass starts thumping, and Alice Cooper jumps out from behind stage. In the whole freaking work, the makeup, all that stuff. This was, oh my God, 2005, 2004, something like that. It was just fantastic. It was great. Braggsy says, I hope you like Tool. They had, was it Tool that had Hey Man, Nice Shot? Was that their song? Or was that a different one? I did not like that song. Didn't like it. I had to play it on this radio station. We were the alternative rock. We're playing Tool. Boomer Coofer. Thank you, Ryan. Yes. Yeah, I know. What am I going to tell you? Oh, thank you. Yes, Polska Bob. It Must Have Been Love. That was Pretty Woman, I think. Oh, my God, did I play that fucking song. Oh, my God. Oh, it just... it's hard. I know, it's hard to believe. It's like, come on, Hamster, it can't be that bad. You almost get shivers when you hear these songs. They're the song... Okay. Billy Idol did a song called Moni Moni, right? I can't even frigging listen to that song anymore because of all this. I played it so many times. If it comes on the radio, I got to run and change the freaking station. I can't. I can't do it. Roxette would be another one. I can't. No. Let's see here. Ryan R. Filter. Yeah. Hey, man. Oh, that was Filter. Okay. Filter. Right. Well, whatever. The same kind of shit. Sort of, they were like semi-grungy, I guess, maybe. I don't know. What songs did Tool sing? I don't remember. Didn't they do... They did some love song, or was that... Again, I'm confusing it. It's hard to remember. That's a good one, too. Braggsy. Okay. Thanks. That's every Skynyrd song for me after that 1992. Actually, there's a pretty interesting documentary about Muscle Shoals out there. It's free on YouTube if you're interested in kind of music history and stuff. Pretty cool. Actually, kind of got eventually to a bad end because things got bad and they split up and all that stuff. But Muscle Shoals is where a lot of these Southern rock guys came to play, and they put together really, really good bands, obviously. Tool is awesome. You don't know music, dude. I didn't say I didn't like them. I just don't remember what they sang. Was it Take My Picture? Was that Tool? Okay. Yeah, Roxette. Geez, Corey Slater says, I have not heard that since MTV played music videos. Well, yeah, it's been a while. But I think that was the Pretty Woman love theme. What year is American Top 40 today? Michael, I'm not listening, so I don't know. You silly. Are you drinking? Oh, my God. Do they think they will ever let us see live music in it? Well, Dingleberry Pie. That's interesting, because I went out last night after the stream and got some cold refreshment. And the movie theater around the block is now open to some degree. So, movie theater, restaurants are starting to open. So, yeah, it's quite amazing, isn't it? That amazing that just days after President Biden takes office, suddenly it's not as big of a problem as it used to be. Huh. I'm not saying anything. Not saying anything. So I suppose we should wrap this up. But I just wanted to read one thing for you guys. Yes, I know, SCE. Get off my lawn. Oh. That was a good movie, actually. That was Ford Fairlane? Or what the hell was it? For Gran Torino. Yeah, it's good. Good movie. Clint Eastwood still, he's got it. What is he, 95 years old and he's still making movies? I mean, good Lord in heaven. Good for him. All right. So, in case you guys didn't know, there is... Oh, my God. Did you hear, by the way, that all these white national pizzas running around, they're dangerous. They're dangerous. Here, let me paste it into the thing. I can do that. You know why? Because it's my channel. Oh, look at that. I could put a link in there. Huh. Mike, you haven't had anything to drink 3.5 years. Good for you. I haven't had anything to drink in 3.5 hours. So. Coffee for now. Yes. Ryan R., you're correct. Now that Biden is president, we can drop the pretense that the coof is worse than the regular old affair. Hey, Thumper. I know what you mean. I used to have one of those, but it fell off a truck when I was moving, and I don't know where it went. National Terrorism Advisory System Bulletin. Did you guys see this? I put the link in the chat. The Department of Homeland Security. Does anybody remember how that was created? And by whom? That was George W. Right after 9/11. See, crisis, solution, expansion of government power. That's what happens. So, in case you missed this came out on Wednesday, January 27th, and it is good through April 30th, 2021. So we have 3 months left of this Terrorism Advisory Bulletin. The Acting Secretary of Homeland Security has issued a National Terrorism Advisory System Bulletin due to a heightened threat environment across the United States, which DHS believes will persist in the weeks following the successful presidential inauguration. Successful. Okay. Well, yes, it was. Thank you for pointing that out. Information suggests that some ideologically motivated violent extremists with objections to the exercise of governmental authority and the presidential transition, as well as other perceived grievances fueled by false narratives, could continue to mobilize to incite or commit violence. Well. One does wonder if objections to the direction of the government will be condemned. What? I did not say that. Come on now. But that's exactly what they mean. We all know what's going on here, right? They've already basically come out and said, Trump supporters, they're all white supremacists, Nazis, bad people. And we need to re-educate and retrain them. We need to unprogram them from their Trump support. Yeah, re-education camps, anyone. Oh, my God. So, the new watchword here, by the way, is domestic violent extremists. DVE. Now, some people have been floating the idea that we need to deal with these domestic violent extremists in a similar fashion to the way we dealt with ISIS. Just pointing it out. That's what somebody said on one of the big network news programs. Oh, my God. And, of course, that's why we still have 10,000 National Guard troops who are sleeping on the ground in Washington because of all these evil people. Who are these evil people? Do you know? You have any idea? It says here, domestic violent extremists, targeted individuals with opposing views engaged in First Amendment protected non-violent protest activity. Remember, what you see with your eyes is not true. Listen to us, mostly peaceful protests. The thing that happened on January 6th, however, while legitimately being mostly peaceful, that's just, oh, God. So these DVEs, motivated by a range of issues, long-standing racial and ethnic tension, including opposition to immigration. Are you opposed to immigration? Was Donald Trump opposed to immigration? I don't think so. As a matter of fact, I think he even did some stuff to get more visas in and various other things. I don't think anyone or most people are against immigration. However, there might be a bit of opposition to illegal immigration. So if you, I don't know, want a few more controls at the border so that not everybody can come in, whatever they want, willy-nilly, are you a DVE? Are you a domestic violent extremist? Well, of course you are, because you hate brown people. I know. Thumper says dissent is not allowed. You must agree or you shall be a terrorist. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, essentially, that's what they came out and basically said. Especially if you're a white man and you're a Trump supporter, you are a terrorist. Shark dentures. Ooh, come on now. Susan's going to be coming it for this. Bam Bam Bigelow, they are putting up a wall around the Capitol. Some say permanently. That is correct. They are going to erect a permanent barrier. Yeah, what was that they said about Trump walling himself in the White House? Gosh, you'd think they may have been projecting a little bit. Ed D says, they're getting prepared to remove people of... Come on now, you guys. SCE, stop. Anyway, the bottom line is the war, it's not a shooting war yet. Hopefully it'll never be. But this war on men has been going on for a very long time. It's especially gotten hot in the last, since probably when President Obama was elected, I would say. So past 10, 12 years, at least. Men are bad. Men are evil. Men cannot be trusted because they're all grapefruit artists and they're all domestic violence abusers and they're all pieces of shit and they're all privileged and they're evil and they want to keep you oppressed and so on and so forth. Look, you can't, I suppose you can But I mean, you can't really blame someone who's been indoctrinated and brainwashed, you know? If that's all they've been told, men are bad, men are this, men are that, evil, 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 they're all Nazis, they're all white supremacists, they're all tiki torch carrying types. Eventually, you're probably going to believe it, because repetition is the key to brainwashing someone. You say the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah, Braggsy, it probably does, but certainly, I mean, because I was in the 90s, and there were the fembots, of course, but it wasn't this crazy. It wasn't all men are bad and all men are this and all men are that. And it's not even the fembots that are saying this stuff. It is the friggin' government now. Of course, you could say, well, it's always been the government. Yeah, okay, yeah. But I mean, in the early 1990s, when the fembots did the Take Back the Night walks and all that stuff, actually, the rate of that particular criminal activity, that was the peak in about 1990, somewhere in that area. And so something needed to be done. Legitimately, there was a... And of course, it's still a big problem. But it's about a tenth of what it was. And of course, what the fembots will tell you is, well, that's because people are afraid to report it. And that's just, okay, whatever. All right. Bam Bam Bigelow, a mob of white Karens would be effective. Nobody is allowed to lay a hand. Oh my God. Oh, you get some African American women out there. They're probably, well, number one, they're going to kick your ass, and number two, you can't lay a hand on them because of reasons. SCE says the oligarchy got their agenda going into the 1830s before Marx came up with his manifesto. Well, I mean, these general ideas that Marx had were around for quite a while, right? It's just he sort of collected them and put them together into a somewhat cogent theory. Shark dentures. I remember the fem infection was widespread, but more mild infection in public school as far back as I've been in friggin' school since the late 60s, right? So I was right there, when all this stuff came up. And I remember the politically correct thing. And again, there usually is a point, right? Nathan Scott, up. Nothing. Just drinking coffee. And I want some beer. But I got to do a live stream. The politically correct stuff, the work especially. Okay, because here was the situation, right? You basically had mostly men working, and suddenly the market was flooded with a bunch of women. And these men had been working around men for a long time, and so they had their, calendars, and they had their certain phrases they would say, which would be offensive to women. And it took some amount of time to get that out of the system of work. And I think, at this point, nobody's going to say, nice tits or something at work. I mean, you'd be out of your friggin' mind. You'd be fired. And you shouldn't be saying that shit at work. Actually, you shouldn't do anything at work but work. That's kind of my take on it, Polska Bob, hamster, you going to be drunk for the live stream later? No. I don't think that's fair to waste people's time, honestly. If you schedule an interview, we've had this scheduled for a week, and I show up, I'm like, how you doing? Nah. But I will have some after. Maybe I'll even have one before. I don't know. We'll see. I've got to eat breakfast before I do anything. Corey Slater says, been watching since 74. Too much if you say so, dear. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, I had a teacher a long time ago, and he would talk about the secretary. Okay. He was a World War II vet. The guy had been around a million years, and yeah, some of this stuff was embedded. It was a boys' club, and it took some amount of time, like I said, to get this out of the system. So, I'm not saying that women never had a legitimate beef. I don't think anyone is saying that. It's just, what is the role today of womanism. What exactly do they want? Well, we know what they want. They want equality of outcome. They want equity, as Biden is so carefully saying these days. They want equal numbers of CEOs that are women. How? The only way you're going to do that is by government decree, by the government telling you, like they're doing in California. Well, you have to have so many women on your board of directors. The government has to force you to do that. That's the only way. You want more women in STEM. We hear that all the time. Well, there aren't enough women in the STEM field. You're going to have to force women to go into STEM if you want to equalize this thing. It's just that simple. You're going to have to assign, maybe pull numbers out of a hat and say, okay, Jane, you're going into STEM. Well, I don't want to do that. Tough. We need 50% engineers to be women. And your number got drawn and you're going to engineering school. Is anybody going to want that? Of course not. Nobody wants that kind of thing. The imbalance in some of these areas, there's probably some sexism and some discrimination, without question. No doubt about it. But a lot of it is due to free choice, free will. I mean, ask any fembot. Oh, there's not enough women in STEM? No, it's because, from kindergarten, girls are forced to play with dolls but you know the friggin' drill by now. Okay, so what did you take? Well, I took French literature. Well, why didn't you take STEM? If you care so much about the topic, you could have shown the way for the rest of. Let's see. We all know it's bullshit. Let me read some of these. Nathan Scott. No, I disagree. You give them an inch, wow, we're already beyond the inch, dude. They've been creeping forward little by little by little, and that's the way this works. That's the way socialism works, except when there's an actual revolution like they did in Russia. Cultural Marxism, March to the Institutions, Frankfurt School, that's what's going on. I mean, there's no question. Look what they did, as we talked about last night with Juliet. They went for the schools. They went for the church. They freed women, made horrible divorce laws and all of this other crap to drive men and women apart. Because if we're not together, we're not a strong unit, we're not a family, we're weak. We're weak and easily overrun. That's it. I mean, this has been going on for 100 and some years. Slow and steady wins the race, and unfortunately, I think they're going to win the race. Sharks dentures, force women. Exactly. Nobody wants to force anybody. Do what you want, right? My body, my choice. Now, if the government comes out and says, okay, Jane, you're going to go to engineering school, whether you like it or not. We have a quota and you're going. Nobody's going to go for that. Nobody. Of course, a lot of times the wominists, they do not understand the results of what they are asking for, right? We could go on all day about the Medusa movement, right? Oh, this stuff is going on and Harvey Weinstein and all of this crap. Then a few years later, now they're bitching that men won't be alone with them. Gee, wonder why. Excuse me. SCE Hamster, you really need to get MTLMGTOW on the show. He knows communism from growing up. My dad grew up he escaped Hungary. 1956, after the Soviets came in and crushed the revolution. Short-lived. Shot a bunch of people. Polska Bob, we want equality in plumbing. No. No. Nope. Nope, it's only the... If you can't wear your fingernails long to do the job, they don't want it. Sorry. That's it. If it's got air conditioning and heating, nice climate-controlled environment, they'll take that too. Plumbing, garbage collection, construction. Come on. What are you smoking? See, they only want equity in things that they perceive to be with some status involved, CEOs, board members. I mean, women are already half the doctors in the country. So what are we done? Are we there yet? No, of course not. Because there aren't enough heart surgeons or brain surgeons that are women. Discrimination, oppression, the patriarchy. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Yeah, MTL, I know, a lot of times we hear about what happened in Germany, and of course that was a bad thing. But there have been probably close to 100 million people in the 20th century murdered by communism. Through genocide, through starvation, through just, you wore glasses, you were shot if you lived in Cambodia. Just, my God. Communism doesn't work without rivers of blood. That's all there is to it. Socialism doesn't work. Well, what about Norway? Well, I think it's not exactly proper to call Norway a socialist country, or the Scandinavian countries. They are a high tax, high welfare states. Norway has a lot of money from oil, by the way. I wonder what the environmental greenie weenies have to say about that. Oil's evil. Oil's evil. Yeah, I bet the Norwegians don't think so. Just saying. Yeah, Bam Bam, the Holodomor. I don't know quite how to say that, but it was the Ukrainian mass starvation in the 1930s. I think it was 1932. Yeah, killed 3, 4, 5 millions and millions. I mean, people were eating each other, literally. They had no food, and they were just keeling over and dying. Just absolutely. That's because the Soviet Union. It's not that hard. I mean, look at China. I mean, you think Mao and the what was it, the Great Leap Forward and the whatever? It's just, oh my God. And of course, Russia itself, the Soviet Union, especially early on, but over time, it's just millions of people. Millions of people. Nobody, not me. Exactly right. Norway is a market economy with large social programs and high taxes. Right. The people of Norway have agreed, look, we'll pay a lot of high taxes, but we want somebody else to deal with this other shit, right? We don't want to have to write checks out for daycare. We don't want to have to write checks out when we go to the hospital. We don't have to want to write checks out to go to the university. Here, take half of my money, or 60 or 70%. You guys deal with it. I don't want to worry about it. Just take my money and give me everything I want for nothing. That's it. And of course, they've benefited from oil in a big way. They've got, my understanding is they have some reserves, hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars in reserve funds for Norway from oil money, and they've put it away, and they've invested. I mean, they're smart people. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they know what they're doing. But it's not a socialist state. It has socialist-like tendencies where people get all this stuff for free and all that crap, right? But again, it's very high tax and very generous welfare. Yeah, Ed D says Norway stuffs the money into a big social account. Yep. I've heard they had to tap into it recently because there was a shortfall in some way or the other. I don't know. Whatever. Thumper says everyone should read The Gulag Archipelago. Yes. Very, very good book. Very interesting. And SCE says Mao killed 50 to 60 million. Yeah, at least. I mean, it was just, oh my God. Yeah, you should, if you're interested in what happened in China during the revolution and all that, it's just, there's plenty of stuff on the internet. You could watch some videos and various, just amazing. Absolutely. I mean, what did they do? They killed all the sparrows or something because the sparrows were thought to be eating the grain. And oh my God. Just all kinds of crazy shit. MTL, MGTOW. 45 million is the highest estimate for Mao's murder during the Great Leap Forward. However, the numbers could be higher as the reports were destroyed for plea. Well, yeah, of course. Shark Dentures correctly points out the left hears social programs, they think socialism. Yeah, maybe the general left. When the left hears socialism, you know exactly what they mean. They don't give a shit about social programs. They just want power to tell you what to do with your life. I mean, what do you think this war on oil is with President Biden? What the hell are they talking about? Well, okay, we're going to shut down the XL pipeline. Maybe there were legitimate reasons. I don't think so. I mean, it's a pipeline. I mean, it's, well, what if it spills? Okay, gee, is there no risk in life, for God's sake? I mean, my God. William Stenchenhammer. I always feel better about myself when I hang out with us guys. Well, thank you, William. Viego. Hi, James. Hello. F1Y7RAP. You can't have expansive social programs and open borders. Yeah, you watch. You watch. Red Dragon, watch the documentary The Money Masters, Rise of the Bankers, I think. It'll explain some basics. Okay. Bam Bam Bigelow, Pol Pot wanted to industrialize Cambodia as quickly as possible, make the country a regional power. And I said this in one of my other videos, Pol Pot was so fucking horrible that even the Vietnamese came in. The Vietnamese, they're both communists, but he was that much worse that the Vietnamese had to come in. It's just unbelievable. It's crazy. But anyway, getting back to oil. Okay. We want to do the green thing. I get it. We're going to have to get there eventually. It might not be in our lifetimes, but at some point, the oil is probably limited. Of course, we always seem to find ways to find more of it. Aside from all that shit, Biden is going to make all of the government vehicles electric. Okay, that's fine. Wonderful. The problem is, there's a couple of things here. You cannot replace hundreds of millions of vehicles in the United States that quickly, right? It's going to be a process, maybe over 10, 15, 20 years, where you replace with electric. So you're still going to need oil for a very long time. Not to say that we shouldn't conserve where we can and all this other stuff. But to get to that zero emission stuff, with all the cars are electric and all that, it's going to take time. And we're still going to need gasoline and oil for the foreseeable future, 10, 15, 20 years. We're still going to need it. So why do these people fucking hate oil so goddamn much? I mean, is it envy? Is it the big oil barons that are making all this money? Or most likely they just want to drive the price up, and so that their schemes look more palatable. You know what I mean? But the second part of this equation that nobody's going to fucking talk about is if we eventually in this country get to 100% all electric cars and all that. So we're still going to need airplanes. The airplanes are never going to be electric. Still going to need the oil for. Oh, as long as they're a private jet, then it's fine. Okay, sure. How many gigawatts or gigawatts? 121 gigawatts. How much electricity are we going to need to charge all these friggin' cars up? And where is that electricity going to come from? Reliably and without interruption. Where's it going to come from? Solar, well, that only works half the day. Right? Wind doesn't always blow. So what's the alternative? Well, we're going to have to, for the time being, continue to use coal, natural gas, for the next 10, 20 years until we figure out how we're going to go to the next thing. Anyone talk about nuclear? Do you ever hear that from the lips of the greenies? Nope. Nuclear, it's dangerous. Oh my God. Yeah, but it's zero carbon. Oh my, it's icky. Ooh, I'm scared of it. It's got cooties. That's the only way they're going to pull this off. Unless we have some great leap with respect to solar, wind, maybe ocean energy, tidal electricity. We're going to have to generate a whole shitload of electricity to get to this electric car paradise that you're talking about. I think the only way we're going to get there, at least in the short term, is nuclear. We're going to have to build some nukes. And they're not going to like it. They're just, oh my God. Like, again, these movements tend to have a lot in common. I want it, but I don't care how we're going to get it. I don't give a shit. I just want it, and we're going to force you to get an electric car, whether you like it or not. Okay, what about the... I don't want to worry about that. Just polar bears, seals, giraffes and shit, climate change, blah, 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 blah. We don't care. It's an emergency. We got to do it now. Okay, so where are we going to get the... shut up. You're evil. Why are you oppressing my opinion? You hater, you. It's all the same. MTL says China's building a fusion reactor. I wouldn't be surprised. And yes, that is the thing, MTL. Where do you put the crap when you're done with it? I'm sure we could figure something out, right? There's got to be a solution. I'm sure we could do something. Chernobyl. Oh, yeah. SCE. You remember. April 28th, 1986. Yep. I was there. Says here, Germany has proven that renewables aren't rational for the... Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, it's obviously we need to do research, I think. And we need to make these things more efficient. And eventually we'll get there because as long as the sun is shining, I mean, it's free, right? Once you get the infrastructure, it's just free energy, which is cool. But we're not going to get there for a while. We're not going to get there for a while. Corey Slater says, we have CANDU reactors in southern Ontario, zero problems, thank goodness. But everybody remembers 3 Mile Island and the China syndrome and all that shit. Oh my God. Do you think with the advanced technology we have today, remember, we haven't, I don't think excuse me, one sec, jeez. I don't think we've built the new nuclear plant in this country for 40 years. It's been a long, long time. Same with refineries. Now, do you think there's any difference between, say, a plant that was built 40 years ago and the technology and the advances we made in computing today? Do you think we could somehow figure out a way to prevent... just... Nobody cares. Shark Denture says Iron Mountain is still on hold for decades. Yep. Bam Bam Bigelow. France pays much less on electricity than green Germany. Of course they do. Why is that? France is nuclear. France is nuclear. Yes, I think I do. Okay, I'm going to go here because we have... All right, it's about 10:30. We've got feminism on trial at 3 o'clock Eastern time. So we'll hopefully not have any coughing problems. And we will see you then, guys. Hit the like button if you would.